Pisces, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for May 2nd, 2024. This is for Pisces. Last shuffle here for Pisces. Let's see what's going on. So Pisces, what we have is victim mentality, and we have intuition and manifestation. So Pisces, this tells me that you may feel like you're the one that has to, oh, that was confirmation. Like you're the one that has to make things happen. If you don't have the vision, it won't get done. You may feel like, why am I the one that is always the leader? You may feel like, why am I? Yeah, I mean, there's kind of giving off a vibe of you not wanting to be. Not that you don't want to be the leader, but why do you always have to be the one to start something? Why do you always have to be the one? And it almost feels like people let you down because they're like, well, I'm only doing it because you wanted to do it. And it's like, but you put me in this position where I have to run everything. There's something about that with you and people in general. They're not giving off a vibe of like, oh, this is like your this isn't your significant other. Not necessarily. This could be anyone. But I am seeing significant other. Victim mentality, Five of Cups, Magician, Queen of Wands, Temperance tells me that this is okay. Victim mentality talks about how this would be victim mentality. Oh gosh, Pisces is very interesting because it's looking as though you may be thinking, why am I always the one that's in control? Why do I always have to create a balance? Why is it that I always have to empower someone? You always have to lift them up or come in and take control of a situation. Intuition and manifestation is King of Wands and the Page of Swords. And this talks about well, it's almost saying that it's like you have to watch everything and you have to take control. It's like they want you to watch and act. It's like everything you have to be, ugh. It's almost as though people blame you for being in a seat of control, in the control seat, having the control panel all to yourself. When they kind of put you in that position, it almost looks like you're the one that observes so many things. You're watching everything, right? You're seeing everything go down. I'm seeing you feeling like, why is everybody now looking at me saying I'm controlling when you put me in this position to be in control? It seems like that people are, they're just hoping things will work out. And then they just it's like they kind of just hope spirit fixes it and not really taking control of the situation. You end up having to do so. The deception is the Page of Wands and the Four of Wands. The deception is that you did it for someone to clap and say you're in control. Like to be like, oh my gosh, if it wasn't for Pisces. I just feel very strongly that you may be like, you don't want to be in control just in case something doesn't go well. It's like, if things don't go well, I don't want you blaming me for you not being successful. You're not successful because you didn't take a leap of faith, right? Not because I didn't control it better. That's what this looks like. I just get a vibe that people blame you for things happening in their life, but they don't take initiative in their own life to make things happen. So when something does, then they're looking at you and you're like, it's not my fault you didn't leap when it was time to go. Stuck energy on the Five of Wands and the Page of Swords. Based on what you're seeing in this situation, you're stuck on ignoring what you see and choosing a path and kind of like turning a blind eye to the other. Like there's options in front of you. You may be stuck on one and willing to turn a blind eye to everything else. And it's only because I'm seeing your energy coming in this way. Like you're torn. At least is what this is looking like. Like someone is torn because why am I always the one, right? That has to, it's like you have to lift other people's spirits. You have to help them up. Someone around you may be depressed. You may be depressed and you're like, I'm depressed, but I'm still having to lift you up though. Because it's all about them. But they may say it's all about you when you're, just because you can do all these things doesn't mean da 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 da. Like I get a weird energy off of this. I feel like this is only one Pisces that actually gets stuck in these kind of this is stuck in this situation, actually stuck in a situation where you're watching someone struggle, you're watching things happen, and it's like you're not happy with it, but you can't continue to uplift someone when you're down too. You need someone to uplift you. And so you also don't want to be blamed for them not living their life to the fullest. It's like you need to live your life to the fullest. I'm doing me. I'm trying to do me. This looks like you're feeling like, why am I the only one that sees this? Why am I the only one? How is everyone blind and I'm the only one that sees? You may be the only one in your space that is like intuitive, believes in magic, or you know what I mean, or just takes a stand for something. Everyone else may kind of be like, well, if it happens, it happens. And I don't know. I know how this sounds. It is all over the place. I say I don't know because I'm like, this feels like I'm talking to one Pisces. Like I said, Pisces, and then they were like, well, this one right there needs this message. Spirit is asking you to, for one, not to allow yourself to feel like you're an ineffective leader. They're wanting you to realize that things will fall into place, and it's not your fault that you're the only one with the eyes to see and the ears to hear. That you're in that position because you are a leader, but also too, you heard the call and you answered it and you stepped up. Other people did not, or will, may not. And those are the ones that will blame you for their lot in life because they have yet to take charge of their own life right now. Whether or not, it doesn't matter if they're abundant. I don't care if they look good and they dress well and they have a lot of money. There's something about them in their space that they're not taking control. They're not stepping up and becoming a star player in their own life. And that's what they've got here. They're struggling with it. You're watching them struggle. And you may be taking the blame for it in some way, like, why am I the only one? Because you see it, you're trying to uplift them, like, come on, you can do it. And you're like, why am I the one that has to uplift everybody? Because you're the only one that sees, but you don't have to do that. That's another thing they're saying. You don't have to do that. That's not your job. It's not your jam. I hope this makes sense, Pisces. You could be dealing with an Aries or a Sagittarius. We also have Leo, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. So you could be an Aquarius Pisces cusp, or dealing with a Pisces, or you could be a Pisces Aries cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.